Now let's do the fourth part of this question. Okay, so calculate to 3SF an estimate of the mean journey time. Okay, so we have already done a mean question before as well, so let's just do it over here. By the way, for the lesson of these chapters, you could refer to my videos uploaded on my channel or Instagram page. You could refer to both as well. Okay, so the mean journey time could be calculated by this table. This table over here is very important to calculate mean journey time. Okay, so we will just use this table over here because I'm not drawing that again. Okay, so first of all we need to see the formula of mean, and for the organized data we have this formula. For raw data we have this. Okay, so sigma f of x over sigma f. We can have sigma f which is 90. Now we need to calculate a table for sigma fx. Okay, so first of all we can just I'll simply redraw the table for simplification. 25, 32.5, yeah, 37.5, and we have 47.5, then we have 62.5. Okay, and the frequencies we have are 8, 20, 15, then we have 27, and the last we have 20. Okay, so now we have to calculate f of x, f of x new, not f of x. We have to calculate fx, which is basically the product of this. So 25 times 8, what would be the answer? It would be 200. Okay, it would be 200. 20 times 32.5, it would be 650. 15 times 37.5, it would be 562.5. So 2.5. 27 times 47.5, 1282.5. Okay, and the last is 20 times 625, and that is 12500. Okay, so we need to calculate sigma f of x. So we need to add all these. Sigma fx would be equal to, just add all these values. 12500, I'm just going from the bottom. 1282.5 plus 562.5, 62.5 plus 650 plus 200, and this is 15195. Okay, and for sigma f we already have it as 90. Okay, so for the mean we can calculate the mean of x would be 15195 over 90, and that would be equal to 168.8. Okay, 83. So we need the answer in 3SF as it is written over here. Okay, so for 3SF we will simply just round it off, and that would be 168, simply 169 basically. Okay, so that would be 169. Okay, so for the fifth part we have to calculate a standard deviation. Okay, so standard deviation is pretty simple. It is basically calculated from the same table, just we have to make another column of fx square. Okay, so the fx square column would be something like the squaring this value, squaring the 25, and then we have to multiply it by f. Okay, 25 square times 8, it would be 5000, and we have 32.5 square times 20, it would be 21125. We have 37.5 square times 15, 21093, 21093.75. 47.5 squared times 27, 60918, 60918.75. 62.5 square times 20, it is 78125. So we have calculated this column of fx square. Now we can just do sigma fx square, and that would be adding all those values. So 60918.75 plus 21093.75 plus 21125 plus 5000. Okay, so that is 186262.5. That's a rather long number. Okay, but it's okay. Now for standard deviation for the fifth part, I'll just write it over here. For the fifth part, what we have to do is standard deviation is equal to square root of sigma fx square. Okay, so that is that big number, 186. I'm not writing all that, you have to write it in your exams. I'm just writing dot dot dot. Okay, 186 sigma fx square over sigma f90 minus the square of mean. The mean is 169. Okay, first we have rounded the mean to 3SF, so now we'll carry on with that rounded mean. Okay, so 18662.5 over 90 minus 169 squared. Oops, that just came a negative answer. Let me just see what mistake we did over here, because it most probably would be a calculation mistake. Okay, so first let's see the mean. I think that there would be a mistake in the mean. 25, 8, 32.5, 20, 37.5, 15, 47.5, 27, and then we have 62.5, 20. Okay, so 25 times 8, 200, 32.5 times 20, 650, 15 times 37.5, that is 562.5, 47.5 times 27, 1282.5, 62.5 times 20, and oh yeah, here there's the mistake. Okay, so for here we had written an extra zero. Oh shit. Okay, so just remove that zero. Okay, so it would be over here. Okay, so now we'll just add all the values. 1282.5 plus 562.5, then we have 650 plus 200, and now we have 3945. That is a significant reduction, 3945 in our mean. Okay, and it logically makes sense as well. Like 169 is the mean journey time, right? And no person has taken this much time traveling. Okay, the maximum time taken is 70. Okay, so we can't have 169 as our answer. Okay, so now we'll just calculate the mean, recalculate the mean basically. 3945 over 90, so it would be 43.8. yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense. Okay, so it would be 43.8, and rounded off we could, yeah, it is 43.83, so we could be 43.8 for 3SF. Okay, so here we'll just do 43.8 squared. Okay, now we'll just do the question for standard deviation as well. 1862.5 over 90 minus 43.8 squared, and the answer is, and the square root answer is 12.3. okay, 12.29, and then we will round it off to 12.3, and that is our standard deviation. Okay, for the sixth part, the last part of this question, we have it as make two comments on the difference between these figures and this. Okay, so first we have for another group who traveled to work on 10th August, their mean journey time was 48.7 minutes and standard deviation was 10.7 minutes. Okay, so basically we'll have to compare the means. Okay, what mean do we have? Okay, so the mean we have is basically this 43.8. okay, so the mean they have is 48.7. okay, so this group who traveled, okay, so this group, let me just write part 6 over here. Part 6, we could just write it over here that this group took shorter because the mean is less, which means that on average every person took less time to travel to work in this group for which the data we have given, instead of as compared to group B. This group took on average took lesser time, or came to work or reached work quicker, lesser time to reach work on average, work or wherever they are coming, reach work on average. Okay, and we have to make two comments, right? So next comment would be on standard deviation. So the standard deviation is 10.7 minutes, and for our standard deviation is 12.3, right? So the standard deviation is greater, which means that there is more difference in our results. The results are not consistent. Okay, so the group B or the other groups results are more consistent. So we can write it as the journey times of this group are less consistent. Okay, so that is it for this question. See you in the next video.